how to use a Word document for research purpose. Okay, and tomorrow we'll be starting with LaTeX. Both have the same disadvantage. Nothing is inferior over the other. Most of us have not used Word document to a greater deal, according to my opinion as of now. Okay, so I'll just briefly talk about why this is very important to be taken up by any researcher, regardless of whatever he is working in. He can be from engineering background or administrative background or management background, whatever it is. But this particular session will prove to be useful to many people in this aspect. So I'll tell one classical example which is happening during the pandemic situation. Since most of us are working from home, generally we try to publish a lot of papers. But what happens in the meantime is, just like as many other people also will be trying to publish the paper. So what happens is, more number of papers will enter into a particular journal, and there is a probability of our paper also being rejected in that particular problem. In the meantime, is like, I try to send paper to some journal. Within a day or two itself, they say, no, this doesn't fall under our scope, so please try to publish in another journal. So what happens in the meantime is, if a person is very well using Word document, converting or formatting a Word document for each journal is much simpler. Okay. Initially, when I started to look into publication as a whole, what has happened is, if I have to send it to a journal, first thing is, I'll format it for a particular specific journal. I'll send it to them, and then maybe after a few months or sometimes, there is a chance it is getting accepted, and of course there is an equal chance of it being rejected. If it is getting rejected, then I have to remodify the paper, rework the paper. That, yeah, everyone can do it without ease, because everyone is well versed in the research area. But another problem is, again, I have to change the format to another journal. So again, this again took some amount of time. Okay, because some journal, if you look into it, will have double column, whereas some journals have single column. So if I'm going to convert it from a single column to a double column, or vice versa, it was a very tedious process. Sometimes it even takes one full day for just converting the paper. So I've done the research, again I've reworked on the paper, and then I modified the paper. But just for formatting itself, it took almost like one. So that is where I started to search in the internet and then read about it. I found out that all these things can be done within 1 hour. So for formatting from one journal to another journal, changing the format, basically each journal has their own specific format, and for changing it, it just takes 1 hour max if you get it in the right place. And this is what we are going to see in this particular session. Okay, so either you're going to send a book chapter, or you're going to send to an international journal or some conferences, how to do the formatting for a particular case. Okay, so first we'll start with some basics formatting that are required. Then we'll get back to some tougher subjects where you can include your figure number into it automatically. If you just include it, it just takes it. Okay, you don't have to remodify it, redo it, etc. So all these things becomes very simple in it. Fine. So we'll start with it. And this particular Word document that you're seeing might be a little bit different from the one that you are using, mainly because of the version. Okay, so this is not a Windows system, this is a Mac system. So for the Mac system, this is the Word that is available. Okay, a slight modification on the outlet might be there. So, but in general, whatever I'm doing over here in this particular version can be done starting from Microsoft Word 2007 till the latest one, 2020. Okay, 2019 if I'm so correct. Okay, so even in 365 it is available. So Microsoft Office 365. So just follow it, and you will be able to get it in the other versions that you are using also. So you don't have to worry about the version. Okay, so let me start with a simple document as of now. So I've just opened a Wikipedia page. Okay, so this particular Wikipedia page, let me say that we are going to write a journal, but basically we are just going to copy everything over here from this Wikipedia page into our particular Word document, and then format it so that we are going to get into a somewhat a journal kind of format. Okay, so this is the Wikipedia page we are going to use, and this is a Word document that we have. Okay, so first we start writing a journal or a book chapter or some research article. First thing, of course, is title. Okay, so let me start with, I'm not done anything. Let me just start with, writing the title, Microsoft Word. Okay, so this becomes the title. First, we'll just copy everything, we'll paste it, and then we'll go for the formatting option. So this becomes the title. And the next option is, let me say, going to talk about the authors, who's the first author, second author, etc., etc. So let me just write first author, second author, and then this goes on. Okay, let me just stop with two authors. So first we have written the title, next comes the authors. Done, happy. Next, what we are trying to do is we are going to write some abstract. So I'll write abstract, enter. I'll go to this particular document. I'm just going to copy these things, right? So I'll copy it, I'll paste it. Okay, this has 1 second. Right, now it's okay, fine. So again, here you can find a lot of hyperlinks. If I click it, it will be taking to our that particular web page. We'll see how all those things can be removed off, right? So we are finished with the abstract. Next comes the introduction. So this is particular another title. Again, or let me say history. Okay, so take according to that. History. So see over here, it has history as a main title, or let me say this is called as section. Okay, so history is called as a section, and under that there's a subheading or subsection called as origins. So accordingly, here also we'll type origins. Okay. Then you have all these things. Let me just copy it. I've pasted. Okay, I've not done anything. I've just copied it. I've pasted. No formatting has been done till now. Then another subheading is there, Word for Windows. So what I have done in the intermediate portion is I'm just copying it, pasting it, copying it, pasting it. So this is again a set of document express. Then we have Word for Mac. We'll paste it, and then we'll copy it. Okay. So with this particular topic, we'll stop. After that, we're not going to copy anything. So this becomes the whole set, right? So in this particular case, we have copied everything. Now we are going to format it so that it almost looks like a journal, right? For that, before going to the formatting page, over here you have all these buttons, homes, insert, etc., etc. This particular Zotero will not be appearing. I'll tell what is Zotero, and in later stages, again you'll be looking into something called as Mendeley. Some of you might be using it. Some of you will be coming across this Mendeley software. So this is another alternative of Mendeley. That's it. Okay. So here you can find this particular tab view, right? So if you just click on to this particular view button, then again you have a set of things. Many things are there, but the position. If it is not checked, please check it off. Another one is navigation pan. Okay, this particular navigation pan again is very, very important. We have not used it, but please make a note of it. This also you please check it. Okay. So once you click that, you can find how many number of pages are there, and this is what you'll be getting. But you have the second option over here, document map. So if you select this particular document map, as of now just two things are appearing: Word for Windows, Word for Mac. Again, these are the ones that we have copied it. But over here, once you complete the entire formatting, you will be able to find all the headings over here on your left hand side. Okay, so this will allow you to ensure that, or to get a highlight whether whatever you're doing is correct or not. Okay, So this is what is very important. And the next point is, again, please go to the home button. Okay, so this particular options over here, which is called as styles. Okay, again, this layout may look a little bit different, but this will be there in all the Word. Even before 2007, Microsoft Word 2007, it has been introduced. So starting from 2007 till the current one, it will be there, but the layout is a little bit different. So here I'm just going to open this also, right? If I open it, again, I have a lot of things that are present over here. So at the bottom, you can see list option. And here you have all styles, or in this particular document, certain styles will be followed, etc., etc. Many options are there. So as of now, I'll just go for all styles options. Okay, I'll tell you where other options comes into picture. Okay, so we have copied everything. We have pasted, and not even a single formatting option is done. Pan is also selected. Again, we get back to this home option where we open this particular styles category. Okay. Before using the styles, I'll tell you what is this particular styles and how it is more important. Okay. So if you look at in this document, so what are the things that are present is you have a title, right? And then you have authors, first author, second author, etc., etc. Then abstract is there. Followed by that, you have headings and subheadings. Okay. So this, if you are able to put it correctly, let me say this particular Microsoft title, Microsoft Word is the title. I have to assign this particular Microsoft Word as a title, right? And similarly, this abstract is again a heading. History is a heading. Origin is a subheading. So basically, we're going to assign your complete Word document in particular or into a particular style. Once that is done, your entire formatting can be completed. Okay, I'll tell what are the different options that are available. Fine. So first we'll select the entire Microsoft Word. Okay, so here, as I told you, this is basically the title. So on the left hand side, if you scroll, you can see what are the styles that are available completely in my Word software. So over here, again, it will be in alphabetical order. Sometimes it may change, but over here, you can find this option as title. So I'll just select it. Right. So once I select this particular Microsoft Word, if you look into it, what has happened is it has changed its font, right? And now if I select this particular, before on the forehand side, before this was done, if I just select this particular, Microsoft Word as a whole, here you can find this particular option as body text. Okay. Once I select this particular title option, now if I select anywhere on this particular Microsoft Word, here you can find title comes into picture. Okay. So now we have assigned that this becomes the title. But in let me say that in a journal they have told that your title should be Times New Roman, the font size should be 14, and it should be centered. Okay, all these things that we have assigned is wrong as of now. Okay, because the font over here is a different font. Calibri Light font size is not 14, it is 28. It is not center, whereas it is sorry, left justified. So now how to change all these things automatically, right? So here in this particular title, if you just keep your mouse on top of it, you'll be able to find a small arrow over here, right? Just click onto this, and then you have this option called as modified style. Select it. We'll get a window over here. So over here, you have this particular option, formatting, right? So over here, as I told you, we have the leisure of selecting it. So here we'll go for Times New Roman or just Times, and it should be of the size 14. It should be bold, and it should be center, right? So I'll modify all these things and then I'll just click OK. Now you can see I have not touched anywhere on this home button. I've just modified everything over here, but you can find that Times New Roman has come into picture. I think the font size I have not modified. Let me just modify it. Font size is 14. Now you can find I've just modified it over there. That particular word, Microsoft Word, has now been centered. It is kept as a bold. Times font has been followed, and the size is 14. Okay. The authors, again, we'll get back to that. But before that, we'll get on to the other stuffs. Okay. Now, this is actually heading 1. Okay. But if you just abstract is actually a heading. So this, sorry, falls under the heading 1. Right. But over here, if you look into it, there is another way of assigning this particular heading 1 also, right? I'll tell both these options, then you can get an idea. So what I'll do over here, as usual, what should be done is we'll select abstract, right? And then you can scroll over here. We have this particular option, heading 1 selected. Of course, here again, we have that issue. The font is not followed, font size is not correct. So what we can do, as usual, you can go to headings, modify style is present, modify style. So this again, time should be followed. It can be bold. Color, you can change it to black. And here again, 12 is what we are going to do. Now you can see it has been changed. Okay, so this is a default way. There is another way of doing it. Okay, let me just undo it as of now. Okay, so what we have done, or what can be done, is first you can select that particular word. If you just keep your mouse on top of heading, you'll get a small arrow. Select it, modify style will appear. Then you can select it once again, and then here we have made all those corrections. Okay, but there's another way of doing it. That also I'll tell you. So how we can do it? First, select abstract. Just select heading 1 first. Okay. Now you have all these, changes that are brought about. But of course, this is not what is required. Okay. First, we'll select the whole abstract together. Then I'll go over here. I'll change to times. Then I'll select it as 12. Of course, it is left justified. I'll bold it. And here again, the color is black. So I've made every modifications over here. Now again, you can go to this particular heading. Don't select it as of now, but you will get this small arrow. Once you keep your mouse pointer on top of it, select that particular arrow, and then you have this particular option, update to match selection. Select it. Now your heading 1 will have this particular font. Okay, so if you want, you can go to this modify and then you can check it. You'll be able to find it. Okay, so now it has changed to Times New Roman. Black colors followed, bold is that, and the font size is 12. Okay, so there are two ways of doing it. So you can select any one of the style, and you can use the modify style option, or you can get into this particular Word document directly. So you can select any way, use the modify styles, then again get back to the styles, and the last option where you can just select update to match selection. If you do it, then you're going to get to this particular case code, right? So now I have talked about all these things. Now this is where you'll be able to find the difference. Okay, so abstract, yeah, it is done. Please look on to the left hand side over here. Now we can find abstract has appeared. Okay, so which means that has been considered as a first level of heading, right? So history again is a heading. So again, I don't have to redo anything. I'll just keep the cursor on history, select it. I'll just select heading 1. You can automatically find that history has changed everything. The word history, Times New Roman has come into picture, bold has come into picture, font size is 12. Okay, so this is a main advantage. Let me say origin again is not a heading but is a subheading, which means it is a heading 2. Okay, so you have these levels. Heading 1 is the main heading. Under that, you have a subheading which is heading 2. Under that, you have a subheading which is origin is a subheading. So how is that we're going to do it is, we'll select origins / usual. We'll say it is Times New Roman. It should be bold, as well as it should be italics, and it should be left justified. So I'll do all these things. Once I've selected origins, I'll go to headings. I'll give update match selection. Now we can find over here, abstract, heading 1 has appeared, history, heading 1 has appeared, origin already has appeared. Scroll down a little bit, you have another subheading, which is word for window. Okay, but already it is appearing, it is not correct. So how to remodify it? Just click on it, you can find that, a different style is there. Normal plus Times New Roman. This should not be the case. So how to, let me say, like remove this. Select the word for Windows 9 as a whole, and here you have this particular option. Okay, this is called as clear all formatting. If there is a particular format and you have to erase that particular format, select it. Now you can find it has gone. So this falls under the category of heading 2. Select it, you can find it has appeared, right? And the last one is word for Mac. Select it, and then you can just give it as heading 2. So now if you look on to your left hand side, you'll be able to find it, right? Also you can close it, open, whatever you feel like doing, do it, fine. So this is the entire background of your headings, right? So we have not touched the body as a whole, but this is only for your heading. So now let me say that you have under word for Mac, you have another subheading. As usual, what you can do is, let me say that you have it over here. Let me say sub heading, right? Please, don't look into the spelling mistake. So this is under the heading 3. Okay, so first select it, make necessary modifications. So just this particular subheading should be just italics. I'll just select italics. I'll go to heading 3. I'll just give update to match selection. Now we can find it over here. So history is the main heading. Under that you have origins, word for Windows, word for Mac. Under word for Mac you have subheading, right? So now the heading part is complete. Now we'll get back to the body of the text, right? So these styles and basic styles that are by default present in the Word document itself. Let me say that, this particular text that is given over here is a body, and first we'll modify it and then we'll see. Okay, so first I'll select the entire paragraph. As of now, I'll say it is going to be justified, but before that we'll go for clear formatting option. Everything is cleared. Okay, now this hyperlink is there. Just right click it, and then you have an option hyperlink. Just select remove hyperlink. Now you can find it has been removed. Okay, I'll just do it for 2 words as of now. So Microsoft is there. Select it under hyperlink. You'll be able to find remove hyperlink. But again, this being copied, able to see it over here. When you're typing from here, of course, this hyperlink will not be present. Okay, so this I'm not going to talk after this, right? So select the entire paragraph. Once you have selected the entire paragraph, just click this particular button, clear all formatting. Everything will be gone. It will be just in a random format. Now you modify it. First thing, if you go for any document that you're going to type, it will be Times. So it is going to be Times. Of course, font size is 12, or let me just keep it as 10 because certain journals keep it as 10. We'll give 10. I'll keep it as 12. All right. So we'll keep it as 12 or 10, whatever it is. Then it should be justified. And here again, you can keep the line spacing options. Okay. So here, over here, this particular case, it is 1. If you want, you can keep it as 1.5 also, no issues. Select 1.5. Okay. So now we have just, yes.
Your screen is not working, sir, properly.
You're not able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. That the changes you are doing, we are not able to see.
Okay, till what uh, point were you able to see? Just a second.
Sir, can you share it once again, sir?
Yeah, now it is available, right? Now can you see?
We are not able to see, sir, but we started screen sharing.
Okay, 1 second there. Now can you see it?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Uh,
I'll reshare it once again. Is it visible now?
um, no, sir. I think some internet network problem may be there.
Okay, till what point it was visible then?
Till you are doing like body of the section, you are doing some editing, no, sir.
Okay, fine.
High
I'll
hyperlink.
just
Yeah.
reconnect my call. I'll just cut and then reconnect
Okay.
within a minute.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Till Sir comes, I will tell you about the assignment regarding the literature review article. All the participants try to submit before tomorrow evening 5 p.m. Those people, I think nearly 120 people has been submitted. Others, I request everyone to submit so that we can review and we can give some comments on that. It will be helpful for you. And tomorrow the session will be at 10 a.m. And the next day it will be on Wednesday. It will be at evening 7 to 8 p.m. Professor Omar Osama El Safi from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute from USA. He'll be sharing on how to write literature review article. So try to participate in such events. So
Can you see the screen now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let me just redo it
Yeah.
once again. Right.
Hyperlink, sir. Hyperlink.
So this is how. Yeah. Generally, hyperlink won't be present. We are doing any research work. Basically, we don't copy from internet or we don't copy anything from any journal. But if it exists, okay, so you can this particular word has a hyperlink, so you can just select it, right click it, and then you'll have hyperlink option and hyperlink can be used. So once you use that, obviously the particular hyperlink will vanish off, right? Let me just do it for another word. So here it is present. So as usual, right click it, under hyperlink we have this remove hyperlink. Okay, then the hyperlink will vanish off. So how to do it for the Word document is as simple. Select it for the entire paragraph. Okay, then the hyperlink will vanish. Please use this particular option, clear all formatting. Once you do it, randomly it will be getting to a particular text. Okay, once it gets to a particular font, then you rework it. So now you can say that it should be times size. Of course, it is going to be 12. It should be justified. And here again, you can say either it's 1.5 or sometimes it is 1.15. Select it. Okay. But once you have done all these things, next thing, most important of all is this should be assigned to a particular style over here. Then then only it is of use. Okay, so generally what I do is, no, this is not a thumb rule. Okay, for the body of the text, this is not a thumb rule, you can use it of your own. So generally I just scroll down over here, and then just a second. Yeah, over here, and I can find this option, new style. Okay, I'll select this particular new style over here, right? You can name it. So what I generally do is I just keep it as body text 1. Okay, this is not a thumb rule, but why I'm doing this is because each journal will have different styles of working on its own. Okay, so this is why separately I am creating a style, so that when I'm going to modify it to a particular journal, this becomes easy for me, right? So I'll just give this particular name, body text 1, and then I'll click OK. So now you can find this particular new text is appearing over on the style document. Okay, so we have modified this entire paragraph. Now go to body text 1, which we have created to match selection. Okay, so now this particular style will go on to it. As soon as you select it, even all your hyperlinks will vanish off, right? Now we have the second paragraph over here. Okay, so this is under the subheading of origins, and this is where word becomes very, very useful, and this is where you'll be able to find its usage. Select this entire paragraph, don't do anything, just select body text 1. As soon as you select it, you can find the font size has changed. Similarly, it is justified, right? Let me just do it over here for the next paragraph. Select it, select body text 1. As soon as you select it, you'll be able to find the changes that is brought over here. Okay, let me say that, so you don't have to work again, rework on it. Just select the entire paragraph, select body text 1. Again, select the paragraph, and again you can just select body text 1. So this is where it becomes more useful. So you have large content wherein you have to do the formatting part, but just format it only for one paragraph, assign it to a particular style. Okay, so that particular style, try to generate your own style, which means give it a new name. Right, now the next part is, sometimes let me say the journal says no, the paragraph should have a small indentation. Okay, so how to, again, is it a very tough job? No, I'll show it over here. So this is the this particular paragraph has body text 1. So as I just told, the journal should have a small indentation. So just give a indentation, but after giving it, again select this particular entire paragraph and then give update to match selection, right? Let me just show it once again, or this is how it goes. Modify style. Under format, you have paragraph over here. Right. Now this is, let me just rework it, show it to you once again. This is a much simpler step. So what is expected from the journal is, the first line in each paragraph should have an indentation. Again, whether it's, you have to go to each paragraph and then whether you have to rework it. No, this is obviously body text 1. We have already selected. So go to body text 1, go to modify style as usual. You have already seen this particular window. You have this where you give your, bold, italics, and then you say whether it's justified or left centered or whatever it is. But here under this option, you have format. Okay, under format, you'll be able to find paragraph. Select it. Now again you have a list of options over here, and then it says indentation, whether you have to give some indentation. Okay, let me say I have to give an indentation of 2.5 centimeters, right? And spacing, again you can find it over here. If you have to say two paragraphs should have been separated by a small distance, Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
This also I can give it over here.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Screen is not working, sir, now. Just 1 second.
Sharing is not present.
Sharing is working. Can you move a cursor, sir? Can you move your cursor to like
Can
just you
I
select the
think
abstract,
this
sir, so that we
is
can find. Just you select the abstract. Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. Now you can go ahead, sir. Yeah, you can go ahead, sir.
but can you see this
Yeah, it's the
window?
styles.
A
Yeah, yes,
new
sir.
window that appears. Oh,
Like
you can see it.
style option, right?
Uh, Style options. I've selected modify style. So can you see this pop-up window that is?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So under format, please select paragraph. So here you can go for indentation. So your left indentation, right indentation, you can give if it is do required. Okay, your line spacing, everything can be given. And similarly, as I told, let me say if you have to, say that before a particular paragraph, after a particular paragraph, if you have to give some space, if it is to required, this also can be given over here, right? So let me say after a particular paragraph, it should have 6 points. I'm sorry, before a particular paragraph, it should have 6 points. Done. Again, if you want, you can go for tabs and then you can say tab support. This is of a high level. You can try it on your own. This is not going to be very tedious, but this is what I want to show. Under paragraph, if you want an indentation to be present, you can always give it as 2.5 indentation. Here itself, we can find that yes, 2.5 indentation appears as a whole, right? Let me just keep it as 0 as of now. I'm not going to go for indentation. I'll give okay. Okay. Now, if you have looked into it, earlier you didn't have any gap in between both these paragraphs. Similarly, in between both these paragraphs, you didn't have any gap. But as I just changed that style, automatically the gaps will appear. Okay, I'll just rework it once again. I'll go to modify style under the particular body text one. Okay, under that go paragraphs, and this is where you can give the spacing between the paragraphs. Okay, so here to show it on a much appropriate level, I'll give a high value. I'll give 18. Okay, so the gap is 18 points before a particular paragraph. I'll give okay. I'll give okay. Now, can you see the space has increased even more? Okay, so if you have assigned a particular style to a paragraph, right? Again, you don't have to rework. By default, if you change the style, the entire document will be changed automatically. You don't have to rework it. Okay, so this is one main advantage you'll be getting when we are using this particular style options. Okay, so the next thing is automatically when we are using tab. Let me show that also. So as I told you, let me say the first line of the tab should be present in each new paragraph. So don't just press tab. If you press tab, it won't work. So here in the ruler, you'll be able to find two things, one thing at the top and another one at the bottom. Okay, this is basically from the typewriter option. Just select the one on the top and move it to some space where it is given in the journal. So here I have kept as 1.5, right? Now select the entire paragraph, which where you have modified it. Go to body text one, just give update to match selection. Now you can see all the things which were assigned to body text one. The first line in the paragraph has changed. Okay, earlier it was not like that. I'll just do an undo option. Right. So what we have done is in the ruler, the one present at the top, move it and keep it to the position that is given in the journal. Keep it to a particular point, right? Again, select the entire paragraph. Under body text one, just select this option as update to match
Hello,
selection.
sir.
So whatever
Hello,
is
sir.
present,
Yeah,
then
in the current style option, while you are clicking the body text,
Yes,
as
sir.
you earlier we were able to see the update options,
Okay.
but now you can go and just type the body text, sir. Body text one.
Okay.
Yeah, some other options will be there now, sir. If
Can
you
you
are,
see the cursor?
yeah, we can see the window, but
Yes,
we are
sir.
not able to see the options.
Can you see the cursor moving, sir?
Yeah, cursor moving, you are able to see, sir.
Okay.
Can you
I
click
think
it? Can you click it now? You are able to see the update options.
yeah. Of course, I can see it, but I don't know whether it's
We are
visible
not
to
able.
all the people. Uh, right. Under abstract, can you find that
But
there is
but
a small?
earlier we were able to see,
Uh,
sir. Earlier we were able to see
okay.
all the options.
Now, under abstract, first line is Microsoft Word. That is not present without any indentation. That is visible to you, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just repeat it. Let me know if this is not present.
Yeah.
So all the paragraphs which are under body text one, now the first line in the paragraph obviously has no indentation. So as I told you, the one present on the top only should be moved. That only you move it and keep it to a position specified in the journal. Select the entire paragraph under body text one. Last option, update to match selection. If it is not appearing, don't worry. This will be there in all the windows that you're doing. Just select it. All the paragraphs will change. Okay, whatever paragraph has been assigned to this body text one will make this particular change, where the first line in the paragraph will have the same indentation that you have created as of now, right? Whether this was visible, Daniel, sir? uh, am I audible?
Audible, sir.
Hello.
Audible, sir.
Okay,
Audible, sir. Audible, sir.
okay, fine. Right. So this is the things. Okay. So now you could have got some idea. So if there is a main heading, please go to the option as heading one. Okay. Please don't create a new style for that. Just go for the heading one option. Rework that particular modify style. Change it. Then you have another subheading. Usually you go for heading two. Rework on that particular style. If there's another subheading, go for subheading 3. Okay, maximum we go for just heading 1, 2, and 3. Very rarely subheading 4 will appear in a journal. Okay, now we'll get back to this particular authorship. So authorship, please don't assign any styles to it. Okay, so this is a little bit tedious. So let me just put it over here. 1 and here also 1. Okay, then please use this particular option over here, which is the option for superscript. Okay, so select it and then just enlarge it, because sometimes it won't be visible. Enlarge it. Here again, select it, superscript, enlarge it. Okay, now as usual, you can just keep 1, select it, superscript, enlarge it. Then we can type department of etc. Whatever is do required, you can type it. Now how is that you can go for the corresponding author? Let me say this person, second author is the corresponding author. Select your corresponding author. You can go to references, and here you will be able to find insert footnote option. Okay, select it. By default, at the footnote it will be appearing, and then you can give the email id of the, just put it as @gmail.com. Okay, so this is how we can work on your let me say styles as a whole. Now this is not completely over. Now let me say that you have a figure. Okay, so this particular figure, what we will be doing is I think it has a hyperlink. Let me just remove. Okay, let it be there. So this particular figure, we are going to insert a caption. Okay, but whether it's going to be difficult, no, not at all. So that also. So if you have a figure, select it. You have this option, right click option, right click it, then you have this particular option, insert caption. Select it. Okay, by default it will be figure 1. Okay, because it's obviously a figure, we can keep it as figure 1. So here you can type whatever is the caption. So this is figure number 1. I'll select it. Okay, now this has appeared, but this again, as I told you, is not of the right font. So what can be done, right? So if you are in this particular line, under styles, you'll be able to find this by default gets into the style as caption. Okay, so what can be done for this? Very simple. Select it, go to the home tab. Once again, change it whatever is do required. So this should be times, font size is 12, color is going to be black, and it should be centered, for instance. Do whatever is do required. As usual, go to this option. You have to search for it. 1 second. Yeah, caption is there. So under caption, select it, update to match selection. Okay, so now whenever the caption is present, it may be for a figure or for a table, by default this is the style it will be approaching with. Okay, now let me say that you have worked on your particular journal, you have sent it, and then a comment comes back, the figures are not enough, please add some more figure into your journal. Okay, so you have figure number 1, but you're going to add another figure before this particular figure number 1. Okay, so please I'm going to add it over here. Fine, I'll search for an image. Just 1 second, please. Right, so we're going to insert image over here. So as usual, insert pictures from file. I've saved it in my desktop. I'm just going to insert this particular
Hello,
figure.
sir.
Don't.
Are you currently in insert option? Yeah, just now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just now you're able to.
Insert.
Yeah.
Yeah, insert pictures and picture from file I've selected, and then I've just inserted a figure. That's it. Once you have inserted a new figure before your existing figure, again inserting the caption becomes much more simple. As usual, right click it, insert caption is present. Here you are going to say this is the new image. So what has happened is now this has become figure 1. Okay, we'll check what happens to the other figure which was present below. You can find it automatically. Figure number has changed. Okay, you don't have to work on your figure number. So this is one option which is automatically present in your Word document. Okay, so what we have done in the initial cases, there was already a figure that was present, right? So we have right clicked it, we have used this particular insert option, insert caption, and then we have given it. So what has happened is figure 1, and then whatever is the caption, it will be appearing, right? But after you have sent it to a journal, they're asking for an additional figure, but it should be present before it. You insert the figure, again use the same insert caption option, right? So here you enter everything and you just give okay. Instead of cancel, you're going to give it as okay. But so what happens as of now is figure 1, and then you have whatever is the caption, but the second figure which is already present, by default here you find the figure number has changed. Okay, so this will actually allow us to let me say insert any number of figures at any place that you feel like inserting. Okay, so the figure number you don't have to worry about. Automatically, it will be taking your figure number into the picture, right? Then again, table is the same option. So if you want, you can insert any table of any size that is required. Here again, select the table, insert caption. Here you can find the label figure. Okay, instead of label figure, you have all these options that are present. Select table. Automatically, the table 1 will appear. So this is table
Sir,
1.
sir, we were not able to see, sir.
I think there's a small lag.
Yeah. You have choose this table from the same style option like caption or any other.
No, sir. Once you have kept a caption, yeah, the same insert caption we have to select. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Styles you don't have to worry about because it falls under the category of caption. So
Okay.
that will not be an issue. So you have a table, right click it. As usual, insert caption will be appearing. Select it, and then you have this particular. Is it? I mean, are you able to see it? Caption table 2.
You were right click. You are not able to see, sir. You are selecting the table and you are
Okay.
selecting the right click. Then you are giving a insert option,
Insert caption
caption
that you are
option.
able to
Yeah,
see.
yeah. That we are not able to see.
Now you are not able to see.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, just give me a minute.
But the thing is, like in the styles, you have to change the caption option.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll just show it.
yeah,
Let
okay,
me
sir.
just. Now the Word document is visible, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Insert caption.
Yeah,
Now is it visible?
yeah. Now it is visible, sir.
Okay. So over here, caption is there. Table 2 by default it is coming. But don't worry about the number as of now. Options. Then you have label. Okay. So under label, since it is a table, you can select table. If it is a figure, you can select a figure. Okay. So select this particular table and type whatever is do required. Click OK. Then you'll have this open here. So as I said, if you have to insert a new table before this, after sending it to the journal. So let me say I've inserted another new table. As usual, select it. We'll go for insert caption. It is already in table. So this is the new table. So what has happened is now, since this particular newly inserted table is before the existing table, table number 1 has come into picture automatically. Whereas the second table, which was pre-existing, you can find the table number 2 has been updated automatically. So these are the few advantages when we are using this insert caption. So if you're going to send it to a journal, or even if you're going to send it to any, let me say, research paper, to any sort of recipients, you'll be able to find this option very, very useful. Okay, so we have seen about styles. We have also seen about how to insert a caption for a figure and a table. Another thing is also there. You can insert a caption for an equation, but since the time is very low, you can try it on your own. If there is any doubt, you can hit my email ID and then you can put your query to me without any issues. Okay, right. I'll stop with this. Just one more thing and then we'll wind up. Now, this of course is not, let me say, very mandatory. So I'll just tell it very briefly, because in your session, you're going to see how Mendeley is very, very important. So Mendeley is basically for adding a reference to it. But even without Mendeley also, Word document allows you to add a new reference to it. Okay, I'll just tell it very briefly, but you can skip it. It's not very important. Okay, so under reference, okay, under reference tab over here, you can find this options. Okay, you have insert citations, bibliography, and then your style. Okay, so these are the default styles that are present in my version. Your particular version will have different styles: APA, Chicago, Harvard, IEEE. Most of engineering people try to go for IEEE. APA 6th edition and the APA 7th edition, which is a new version. Arts people do use it to a major degree. Okay, so under bibliography, just a second. Yeah, under bibliography, you can also add these things. Okay, so here you have citations, and here then again you'll have a new window. Here you have this plus mark. So once you click this, then you have a small pop-up window. Here you can add your author's name, title, journal name, year, pages, etc., etc. Once it has added, then you can you'll be able to find placeholder one has come into picture. In the in this particular placeholder one, your author name or based upon your reference style, number or author name will be appearing. Okay, so again, as I'm telling it, this is not very very important because you're going to study Mendeley. Once you have used Mendeley, this particular reference style in Word is a difficult task. So refrain yourself from using this. But this is just for the purpose of letting you know, yes, even without Mendeley also this will work, right? So with this I'll close off. But before closing off, just one more thing. Here again, as I told you, this is just a mere introduction. This will show you there are many possibilities of exploring the Word document as a whole. I've just shown very few things, but the ones that are very, very important. Apart from this, let me say, if you're going to for any book chapters, then they'll be asking you to put it with the numbers 1, 1.1, 2.1. Even that can be done. Okay, but as I told you, everything will depend upon styles. If you have mastered your styles, then every other thing is very very simple. All you have to do it is basically ensure that you understand how you can use your styling options. And if you have any doubt, let me say, if you're preparing any document and if you're stuck in between, you're not able to proceed it, I request Daniels sir to
Hello, sir.
share my email ID with you.
Sure, sir.
Of course, you can put a mail back to me. I'll be readily able to help you out without any issues, right? So now the session is open for question and answers. Daniel sir asked me to complete within 45 minutes,
Yeah.
but I think I've taken almost 1 hour. Sorry for taking your time.
No worries, sir. Yeah.
So if there's anything that you have to get it clarified, please let me know so that I'll be happy to clear it.
Participants, you can ask your queries in chat box or unmute your audio and you can ask to sir.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, since there is lot of disturbance, can we get a document having all those steps?
I'll do one thing, sir. Maybe within 2 days, I'll take a YouTube video and I'll share the link with Daniel, sir. So that will be much simpler because you can take it and then view it at any time and whenever it is feasible for you. Is it okay, sir?
Okay, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay, thank you. Many of you are asking step by step. Yeah, maybe in the YouTube video because, but I'll tell you, that YouTube video will not be just a single video. Of course, it will be having 2 or 3 parts. Sorry to take it in that particular fashion because I'll try to cover whatever the things that I have missed over there. I think everyone is happy of
This is
getting
little
that YouTube link will be shared.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll do it, but just give me some time so that I'll take a minimum of 2 days. So today being Monday, possibly by Thursday, I'll ensure it reaches you.
Yes, sir. It was a nice session because Even we use Word for several years, but such options we are not using for so many times. We know some options were there, but still it's helpful for us, sir.
Yeah, please try using it. Uh, uh, yes, just one second.
Yeah.
I think one person has doubt on joining the group. Okay, not
Yes, sir,
related to
there
this.
is no Telegram group. There is a WhatsApp group. Those people registered, they have in the WhatsApp group. If you are not
Okay, fine.
registered, you put a mail to manuscriptpedia@gmail.com. We will help you. Or you can call me at 962949. I will share you the number here. You can contact me later.
Sir, you have shared one group of in Telegram now, sir, of 1500 faculty plus members.
Yeah, that
That
Telegram. Okay, okay, okay.
that is not, we are not able to get that to that.
Oh, Telegram link. Okay, okay, okay.
Uh,
I will send you the link, sir. To the WhatsApp group itself, I will share it once again.
Okay, so I think tomorrow then we'll meet.
Yeah.
Tomorrow again we'll be starting at 10 o'clock. But I'll let me say that I've been using both Word document as well as I've been using LaTeX. LaTeX will not be as fluid as Word document. Let me say that, as stats were a warning also, if you want to consider, you can consider that as a warning also. But if you're preparing a very large document, okay, I've submitted my thesis. I'm waiting for my, evaluation report to come. I have prepared my entire thesis using LaTeX. Okay, but of course, uh, I could have done it in Word, but LaTeX is much more easier when you have a very large document. Okay, if we are sending it to a journal, okay, fine. Word document is very easy. But if you're preparing, let me see, a book chapter or even a book, you're going to be an editor for a particular book. LaTeX is very simple. Okay, it's more of a programming sort of thing, but it will be kind of hard in the initial stage. But once you get a hold of it, then maybe you'll be able to appreciate it to a better deal. Okay, so next session tomorrow. Initially, it might
Hello,
look.
sir.
Hello, ma'am.
Sir, if you do by side by side, it will be more helpful, I think, sir.
Which one, ma'am?
LaTeX also. So, what we want to do to work with LaTeX, sir? Is there any software to download?
Uh, yes, ma'am. You need to have two softwares
Okay.
to actually work with LaTeX. One is
Okay.
for basically editing it, typing it basically. Another one is for compiling it. So again, once the session is over, now it's 1 o'clock. Within 3 o'clock, I'll share some, let me say, place where I can download the software, and then you can keep it ready if you want to work with me simultaneously.
Yes, sir.
So that will be easier. And some
Yes,
of
sir.
you might not be able to download it. For those people, again, I'll share an online platform where you can just compile it, type it, and then see it in the online itself. You don't have to install it. But
Thank you,
as I
sir.
told you, it's better if you install it if you're going to work on a particular project or paperwork. And
Okay, sir.
one person has asked, LaTeX is compatible for Mac. Yes, the one that you've seen over here, this particular presentation Word document, I am using a Mac system basically, and I use both Word as well as LaTeX. So yeah, it is compatible with Mac also.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Daniel, sir, I'll share
Yeah.
those details by 3 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
Maybe
Okay,
through
sir.
your WhatsApp group, you can just send it to the other people.
Sure, sir.
Okay, fine. Uh, just 1 second. One person has asked indexing, about indexing. Right. Yeah, indexing is present in Word, but it is kind of tedious. But if you are using LaTeX, indexing is very simple. So I'll share that particular how to do indexing in Word also. And LaTeX, of course, we'll be able to see it in the next class tomorrow.
Sir, I will be sharing your mail ID in the chat box. If any participants.
Yeah. No problem. So that's my email ID. So you can mail it if you have any queries. And as I promised, Thursday I'll send that particular YouTube for Word document as a whole. LaTeX again, I think 1 hour. It's like tomorrow. I'll tell it very frankly. LaTeX is not that easy to understand, so it's almost like I'm going to bombard you with a lot of information. So please don't mistake me. But again, I'll prepare some YouTube videos and then share it with Daniel, so he can share it with you.
Yes, sir. So another question is,
Yeah, Zotero is better than Mendeley or word referencing. Initially I was using word referencing, but on a later stage I found that Zotero and Mendeley are much more simple. Okay, I was using Mendeley, but later I shifted to Zotero. The reason why I shifted to Zotero is even in Mendeley, what you do is you go to a particular journal, you download it in a particular format, and then you use it. But when you go for Zotero, there is an add-on where you can just put it in your browser, Chrome or whatever it is, and you just have to click it. Once the click of the button is done, automatically it will download everything: the authors list, journal, page number, volume, etc., etc. How to use Zotero with Word, that also I'll be posting it in the YouTube, so don't worry about it. So if you want, so that's what I told you, it will be in segments. So each segment will be catering to a particular topic. If you don't want that particular topic, very well you can skip it off, no problem. Fine. So I think I've catered to most of your queries, but again, this is not limited to this particular video session alone. If you have any queries even after the completion of this particular video session, don't hesitate to mail me. Of course, I may take some day or two to reply back to you, but 100% I'll give a reply back to you.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll meet tomorrow morning at 10.
Sure.
Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. I'll share those details with you in a few moments. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, sir.